want you to know it is live. So this is definitely a live stream video. I like to go live 2 or 3 times a week. I try to do as much as possible, to be honest with you, because it's one of my favorite things. Y'all, I really love coffee. Needless to say, I'm definitely a home enthusiast, barista for sure. I used to be a barista in college, and y'all, this is kind of like my hook up with the community, and also I guess just because I'm a geek, there's just no other way to say it. So if you're a coffee geek like me, let me just say this right now. I'm going to ask you to hit that subscribe button. I've had a lot of new subscribers lately, and I'm going to tell you guys, I'm so appreciative of that so much. If you are like me, like I said, a coffee enthusiast, really hit that subscribe button, because really my goal is just to connect with you. Also encourage you guys to reach out to me on Instagram. A lot of y'all have, and that's a great place to reach me. Share your pictures with me. Share your success stories. Share your with things you're going through as far as coffee, because making coffee is a journey, especially if you want to kind of bring it to that next level. Y'all, so let me just kind of just tell you this right now. This is not a sponsored video, but these some of these products I'm using are products that I've gotten for review. It's really cool. I've had brands reach out to me, and one of my favorite brands to ever reach out to me, period, is Timemore. Timemore is the maker of this amazing grinder right here, and I have been using Timemore for a long time. One of my first grinders ever that I really, when I started wanting to make espresso at home, was my C3 Pro. So this is the Chestnut C3 Pro Timemore grinder. This was my daily espresso grinder for almost six months to a year, kind of in that window. I've taken this with me on trips across the country. I've done aeropresses in hotels. I put some of those videos up. I really love it. And Timemore just came out with this, I think, earlier this year in 2025. And this is the Timemore S3. So basically, it's kind of the successor to this one. Not that this isn't an amazing grinder, because it is amazing. It's a big boy, so to speak. And I'm going to be doing a full review on it. But one of the things that I get asked as a question, number one question all the time: how do I make good espresso at home? Or if you've bought a machine and you're not getting great results. Like I've had people, I had someone reach out to me who even said they got this. This is the new Gemilai uh, G9007, the owl, okay? And someone reached out to me pretty recently and said, hey, I'm not getting great results. And a lot of times it really just kind of comes down to your grinder. Your grinder is the most important thing when it comes to making good espresso. There's just no other way to say it. If you've watched Lance Hendrick, if you watch James Hoffman, if you watch any coffee YouTuber, the number one advice they're going to say is invest in your grinder. So here's a big giant truth. I'm kind of a cheapskate. I'm very budget friendly. I don't like to spend a lot of money. So one of the grinders I just got, I did a review on, definitely check it out, is this really awesome grinder by Gemilai, and is really made to be a partner to the Gemilai Owl over here. So this is the Molight 38 millimeter conical burr grinder, and it's an all metal construction. And today we're going to be going ahead and putting this up with this. So this is a showdown, a versus. Now, spoiler, I'm gonna tell you they're both really cool grinders, but I just want to kind of show you, like, I kind of going back to what I'm saying. My number one question I get is, I'm getting bad espresso results. I know I have a good machine, or I'm not getting the results I want. It probably is your grinder. Now, you can go out and just to kind of give you a price comparison. Right now, this is sitting at about 220 with a promo on Amazon. I think comes at about 210, and that's a pretty good price for a good grinder. So, especially espresso forward. Right now, this is sitting at 159, and this is a top tier level grinder, but it's manual. That's the big thing. It's manual. That's really the big difference. So this is, I believe, I want to say these are 38 millimeter conical burrs, and here's a 38 millimeter conical burr as well. But the burr geometry on Timemore is just fantastic. I love them. There's a lot of different options. Or you can go with something like this. And y'all, I have a lot of grinders. You could go with something like this. So this is the Nutty. And one of my subscribers or one of my viewers was saying it reminds him of like an apocalyptic grinder because it looks like something you throw in a go bag, or if you're going to be traveling or you want something really tough, that's what this looks like, and it does. It kind of reminds me of that. It looks like the army issue grinder, but this is a plastic construction on the outside. The difference in something like this, it's all metal. Sometimes when I'm traveling, I worry about it cracking my iPad and bumping into things. I don't have to worry about that with this. But this is a electric grinder that Timemore has partnered with Nutty. So it's the Nutty design on the outside, Timemore inside. And basically, it's an electric grinder, so it's kind of like a hybrid of everything we're looking at. Now, I did a video on that. Oh, I just turned it on. I did a video of that not too long ago. And you be the judge. Like, honestly, it just kind of depends on your preference. I think when I'm traveling, I might take that bad boy. I think that's going to be the way to go. But y'all, let me kind of get into it. So let me show you what's kind of cool about this. And like I said, I will be doing a full video on this. So this grinder is really cool. It has the foldable handle. The top is metal. It's a fully metal construction. The biggest thing I really love about it is this right up here. If you can see, you can go ahead and you can adjust your grind settings from up top. So that is really a cool thing. There's just no other way to say it. It's really easy to know. There's no guesswork on what your 0 point is. It has very fine adjustments. Okay, so that's really awesome. The interior is all metal, so you're not going to get any wobbliness, so to speak, if that's even a word. Really easy to open this up. And I'm going to tell you guys, I have not used this grinder before. I know it's a good one just because it's Timemore, and I've had a lot of folks that I know that own this and swear by it. But I am literally showing, this is kind of also first impressions for me. So I will be doing a full video on this. But basically, with my C3 Pro, I tend to do about a 6, which is the recommended for espresso. I would assume 5 would be the way to go, but I think that's going to be a little bit higher because this is different tick marks. So it's up to 9. So typically espresso would probably be 2 to 3, 1 to 3. But I'm going to go ahead and do about 2.5. Okay, we're going to be using the Owl machine today with a bottomless portafilter. I have an MH Bomber, and I have this bottomless portafilter that is awesome. Really need to do a full video on that one too. But let's go ahead, and then the Molight over here, I'm going to do this at what I had before, which was a 3, almost 3.5, but 1 tick over. So we're going to go ahead and test those both, pull 2 different shots. Let's get some beans. Let's stop talking. Let's make some beans. Y'all, I have not had my coffee today. So I'm going to go ahead and try to change this back over to manual. Oh, it's a long press. That's right. I have not had any coffee today, y'all. So I like to sometimes make my first coffees of the morning with you guys. I appreciate you hanging with me. So you are in my work at home office. I converted a corner of my work at home office just to be for my coffee. Yes, I'm that type of person. I'm that guy. It's like Starbucks in my office. My wife always says she loves how it smells in here. I just love it. I used to have a YouTube channel. I still do technically. I just don't really put a lot on there, where I had a tiki bar, and it's all about tiki. It's called Big Daddy's Tiki Cave. Oh, cool. Almost there. Okay, 18.1, I'll take that. And I converted my garage into a tiki bar. Go check it out if you ever want to take a look at something crazy. But one of these days, I was telling my wife I need to do that here, and I need to convert my garage into a cafe. That would be cool. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to try out the hand grinder because I have a feeling I might have to do a little bit of dialing in. So I'm doing some WDT work, if I could speak today. Okay. And as I have the portafilter plugged in, it's getting hot. This is hot all right here. I have the machine turned on right now. That's one of the best parts about this machine. So the group head is hot and everything. Oh man, dropping a couple beans. Sometimes I try to do this, y'all, where I'm right on camera. And it's just a little bit easier. With a hand grinder, I tend to, I'll show you in a sec here, I tend to cup the top and use my hand kind of as a filter or like a funnel. Okay. Oh, how cool. I didn't even realize this. Look, right here is the settings, the recommendations for the grinder. So this is saying espresso would be, and you get to that point where you can start to need glasses. 0.01. Interesting. I'm actually a little shocked that it's not higher. Interesting. Yeah, take a look at that. Right there. If I could get it to focus. Yeah, I mean, right there's the recommendations. Interesting. Okay. So I have decided I'm going to do this. I guess let's do 2. Let's do a 2. It's saying a little bit low. Oh, wow. This thing is like butter. Oh, man. This thing is making really fast work of this. Wow. I wonder if the burrs are just bigger. I wonder if that's what it is. Oh, my goodness. This thing is going so fast. Hey, how's it going? Hey, Thomas. Well, let's make sure that we don't lose the cup. Wow, I'm digging this, y'all. So, hand grinder is going to take some time. You're going to use some muscles when doing it. You know, there's just no other way to say it. So it all kind of comes down to this. If you're looking for a good grinder, you don't want to spend a lot of money. Best bet, and I know I've said this before, and people probably think I'm a little crazy for saying this. Pick yourself up a really good hand grinder like a Timemore. You know, especially if you're just kind of getting into it, because you can use it for everything. You can do your pour overs with it. You can do your espresso. How does that look? That look pretty good, right? Very little retention. That's awesome. I did do WT, so definitely spritzed it with water. One of my little tricks I like to do, and I'm going to do it with each one of these, I think. Well, I might go direct to portafilter with the other one, so I'm not going to do that trick. Sometimes I'll put my dosing cup right on top, give it a little shake, almost like do a shaking method, kind of like a blind shaker. Poor man's blind shaker. But here's one of the coolest things I've always loved about the Timemores is they fit really well into the portafilter. So I am just trying to find my dosing ring. Yep. So I got my dosing ring right here. Nice and hot. Oh, man. Getting those grounds put on. And again, I might have to do some dialing in, so forgive me. Definitely might have to do some dialing in. Okay. Now we're going to do some WDT work. And then we're going to go ahead, give this a try. That was on a 2. So if anyone at home wants to know, that was a 2. Okay. I have feelings they're a little too coarse. I still think they're going to give great results, though. But I would go finer. I just have a feeling. Okay. All right, let's give us a little tap here. Using the Normcore distributor. So I have a C3 Pro, and I've actually had some good results with doing it. I actually used it as my primary espresso grinder for a really long time. I have a lot of high hopes for this one, the S3, but I do think that this one, like I mentioned, I think I could go a little finer. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead. Actually, let's do the big cup. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and try to, this is 18 grams. I'm going to try to do about 38. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That is not what I want. Not at all what I want. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, let me give it a little taste. Interesting. I haven't had any coffee, so don't let this go to waste. Yeah. On the recommendation, it said one, and there's a reason why. So here's kind of the big difference with my, that shouldn't taste good, but it did. It tasted pretty good. Not the worst. Not what I thought it would taste like. Or maybe it's just because it's my first coffee, my first caffeine for the day. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that made a total mess. That is not what I wanted, y'all. Not what I wanted. Let's go ahead. We're gonna go a little finer with this. Like I mentioned, oh goodness gracious. Oh, I might need to cut this one short, guys. Okay. Yep, I gotta cut this short, guys.